Can you hear me, Judge Foster?
I can, Mr. Scuderi.
Okay, good.
And since we have a couple of defense counsel, as soon as we get to 1:30, we can get started. And then we'll wait for public defender to get with us. All right, it's 1:30. This is our last time doing this this way. Next week, starting next week, the courthouse is open. So next time we come here, we'll all be live and in person, and we won't have the 3 o'clock docket anymore. We'll just take the pleas at the end like we used to. All right, Mr. Cantor, Vincent Cesario, 21 CF 575.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is a diversion case, and he's in the process of signing up for diversion today. He's en route to enrolling.
Okay, it's our second time up. I knew it was diversion. Mr. Scuderi.
Yes, Your Honor, if we could just give it the next 1:30 ERC date for the control date, and if he signed up by then, hopefully it'll have dropped off.
Okay, June 29th at 1:30, and assuming he signs up, I won't see you again.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice afternoon.
Thanks, you too. Mr. Verderamo, Jeffson Antoine, 21 CF 470.
Good afternoon.
Good
This
afternoon.
is our first.
Yep, first time up.
I'm going to request a continuance. I received an offer today from Mr. Frazier. Need some time to go over everything with my client. Way speedy trial.
No objection.
Okay, June 29th, 1:30 for you. All right.
That's it. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right, Mr. Scary, you went on the rest of them.
Well, Your Honor, is John Brenton in the courtroom?
I don't have anybody in the courtroom. They're supposed to be calling in. I know that Ms. Shepard was talking to a couple of folks as I was leaving.
Okay.
So we'll give them a minute to see if they make an appearance.
He was pro se. I see Mr. Moffett signing on.
Yep, and Ms. Smith. Excellent. All right, we'll go with Mr. Moffett. I've got 2 for you. Looks like Carlos Iglesias, 21 CF 350.
Judge, he has signed up for diversion. However, the supervising officer has been out of the office and has not sent over proof of his enrollment. However, I did send to the state several documents proving that he has signed up for diversion. It's just not off the docket yet.
Okay. Mr. Scuderi?
Your Honor, if we could just do the 629 status and it should fall off by then.
Okay. I thought that we were hoping that would be today, but I'll take you at your word, Mr. Moffat, that Mr. Iglesias has signed up.
Thank you, sir.
It's just kind of funny.
It is, Judge. Apparently, she's going to be back in the office on Wednesday, tomorrow.
All right. Well, hopefully you get that so it can fall off. And then, Mr. Moffat, I also have Michael C. Hafer, 21 CF 481.
Judge, I need to provide the state with some prescription information. I have it now. I just need to send it over to the state. Requesting a continuance to another early resolution docket.
Okay. It's our second time up, Mr. Scuderi. What do you want to do?
One last time, Your Honor, is fine.
Okay. June 29th, 1:30. And at that point, though, Mr. Moffat, depending on what's going on, we're going to move you to case management. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, the sooner you can get that over, Tim, the better.
I'll send it over to you today, Dave.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Moffat.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Mr. Moffat, just for your reference, we won't, next time you see me, it'll be live and in person. We won't be on Zoom anymore, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right. Ms. Smith, how are you? You're on mute.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
All right. You want to just run through them in order?
Sure.
Okay. I've got Edgar Castillo, 21 CF 720.
Judge, I am going to ask for the next date on that. I was working with Mr. Scuderi on Friday, so I received the offers on Friday and have not yet had an opportunity to convey them. I should have an investigator outside the courtroom trying to get some contact information for my clients.
No problem. It's the first time up for Mr. Castillo. June 29th at 1:30. Is that okay, Mr. Scuderi?
No objection.
Okay. Next up for you, Isaiah Paredes, 21 CF 294. Forgive me if I mispronounced the last name.
In Mr. Peret's case, again, I am going to ask for the next time up. This is the case where I had asked Mr. Scuderi if he qualifies for pretrial diversion. He does not have any priors, and Mr. Scuderi was checking with the victim, is the best of my recollection.
That's correct, Your Honor. I did make a plea offer. He does qualify for diversion. I was awaiting a victim response, and quite frankly, I'm going to give the victim until this Friday to respond. And if I haven't heard from them, or if they have no objection, it's going to be a diversion case.
Okay. All right. So 629, 1:30.
Okay.
Hopefully diversion comes through for him. Next up, Daniel Perino Gonzalez, 21 CF 588.
So in Mr. Gonzalez's case, I will be asking for the next date as well. Haven't had contact with them, but again, my investigator should be making contact with them outside the courtroom.
That's our hope.
It's the first time up, Your Honor.
Okay.
So no objection to one more.
June 29th at 1:30. Next up, I've got Belafonte Rosier, 21 CF 743.
Same request, sir.
First time up again.
No objection.
June 29th, 1:30. Next up would be Shelby White, 21 CF 617.
I did not show I was representing Mr. White.
Oh, actually, you're brand new. It just says PD on it, so it hasn't actually been assigned to you. It's our first time up, so I'm assuming you need the 29th.
Yes, sir, that would be great.
No objection.
Yep. So yeah, when my papers were run yesterday, Ms. Smith, it just showed PD, so it looks like you just were assigned.
Yeah, I looked at it yesterday too, and I hadn't seen that. So thanks for letting me know.
Not a problem. Congratulations.
Well,
Next-
thanks.
Next up, Jacob Williams, 21 CF 567.
Mr. Williams, it looks like he qualifies for diversion as well. Mr. Scuderi, you went ahead and sent me his contract again. Is that correct?
Yes, it should have been sent out Friday.
Okay. And I
Okay.
left it at the front desk for him to pick up and to sign up for diversion. So hopefully that will happen and he will fall off the docket. So if we could have a control date of 6/29, that would be great.
Okay, June 29th, 1:30 for Mr. Williams. And then the last one I have for you on this docket is Evan Young, 21 CF 494.
Yes, sir. He was offered diversion, and I have sent him an email to confirm whether he has gone ahead and signed up for that yet, but I have not heard back from him. So I would just ask for a control date of 6/29 to make sure he does that.
Okay, it's our third time up for Mr. Young. I'll give you one more, but at that point, if he hasn't signed up, we're gonna bump him.
Understood. And the only other person I think I had on the docket was Mr. Moore, which we moved to the 3 o'clock docket, and Mr. Dixon has been gracious enough to say he will cover that plea for me.
Yep, no problem. And again, I don't know how long you'll be with us, but on this docket, after the next time we come, we'll all be in person. We won't have a 3 o'clock docket anymore. If folks want to take the plea, we'll just roll them to the end. And so we'll get through all the continuances and then we'll just do the pleas right at the end and wrap it all up.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Okay. Mr. Gorman, I've got Emily Wolbers, 21 CF 737.
Yes, Judge, we've received an email from the state that Ms. Wolbers is eligible for diversion, and state's going to be preparing that contract. So if we can continue to the next early resolution docket, hopefully we'll get her signed up.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, June 29th, 1:30. Hopefully she drops off.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Okay, again, I know that Ms. Shepherd was talking to a couple folks about what they needed to call for today. I don't see anybody here. And I'm also missing Mr. Tenev or the Nenkoff and Nenkova folks. Tracy, if you could reach out to them for me, that would be great. And let me check upstairs and see. Oh, I got one phone call. Person who's on last four numbers 3100, if you could unmute, I think you need to hit *6. Perfect. Who is this? Person on the telephone 3100, you did unmute, but I can't hear you.
John Brenton.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Brenton. Mr. Brenton, John Brenton, 21 CF 732. Mr. Brenton, it's our first time up with you. I see you don't yet have an attorney. Sure, you have a right to have an attorney. If you can't afford one, one can be appointed for you by the court. If you would like some additional time to talk to a lawyer before we talk about your case, I'm happy to do that for you. Would you like some additional?
I would, Your Honor.
You would not? You want to waive your right?
I do. No, I want one. I want an attorney.
Okay. Sir, are you interested in applying for the Office of the Public Defender?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you still near the courthouse?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On the first floor of the courthouse, as soon as we hang up, if you go down to the end of the hall, there's a big bank of windows that says customer service. Just go up there and tell them you want to apply for the Office of the Public Defender. They'll give you a form you can fill out. And that will, assuming you qualify, then we can get the public defender in place for you. What I'll do for you today, sir, is I'm going to continue you to June 29th at 1:30. Give you a few weeks then to sign up for the attorney and take some time to talk to the attorney about your case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
So June 29th, 1:30, but while you're here, go in and fill out the form. It's a lot easier than making you come back and do it, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Okay, and I've got another phone call, last four digits 5216. If you could unmute, I believe it's *6. Again, person on the telephone, last four digits 5216. If you can hit *6 to unmute yourself or hang up. Mr. Scuderi, why'd you hang up on him?
I don't know how I did, so I
All right.
don't have a reason why.
Don't touch any buttons. Actually, it's probably Miss Rocha. She did it. We'll see if that person calls back. We have two that are not represented and then two that are represented. Ms. Turi, I assume you reached out and had success or no success?
No success.
That's helpful.
Your Honor, the two that are represented by Attorney Tenev,
Yep.
it's 21667 CF. We just sent out a diversion contract today, and I'm okay with putting it on a control date for 6/29.
Okay, so you've had contact with the attorney?
I haven't myself, but my office has.
That's fine. All right, so in Nenkov 21 CF 667, we'll continue that one then to 6/29 at 1:30 to see if they sign up for diversion.
And same situation for 21 CF 666.
Yeah, you anticipated me. Nenkova 21
Yes.
CF 666, we'll continue that one to June 29th as well at 1:30 to see if they sign up for diversion. That's perfect. All right, that leaves me with the two individuals, and I'm guessing one of them is going to call me back, but it hasn't happened yet. I know I am scary. Let's see.
Did the guy from Naples make it to the Olympics?
He did not. Okay, we're back. Phone number 5216. Again, if you could unmute yourself, I believe it's *6 does that for you in this program. Perfect. Who is this?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Michael? Yes, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can. Is this Michael Cavacino?
Michael Seehafer?
Michael Seehafer.
That was Tim Moffat's client.
Okay. Mr. Seehafer, Mr. Moffat was here on your behalf. And give me just a second. I believe, there we go. You were, remind me, Mr. Scuderi, is he doing you just made an offer to Mr. Moffat?
Yes, that was the one Mr. Moffat was going to get me some documentation regarding prescriptions.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Mr. Seehafer, we continued you to June 29th, 1:30. Mr. Moffat's going to get some documentation over to the state attorney's office. Thanks, Mr. Scuderi. And get back with your attorney about some things, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Certainly, thank you. Sorry for the trouble earlier.
All right. No, I'm sorry for messing it up.
That's okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
This is the last time we'll be doing this by phone, sir. Next time will be in person, so we won't have that same hassle.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
All right.
I'm new to this. All
Yep.
right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right, let me go see. I'm gonna put you guys on mute for a second. Let me see if I've got any contacts upstairs with either of these two folks.
Okay.
For the record, we are so efficient in my office that my assistant hung up on Mr. Hernandez to take my phone call. So she's hoping he calls right back because she was in the process of giving him the number so he could call in on Zoom. She has not heard from Mr. Cavacino yet. So we'll wait just a few minutes to see if Mr. Hernandez comes through. Otherwise, we'll probably just roll him out because he did try to appear. Again, she said, I hung up on him to take your call. And I said, I'm sorry. But we'll see what he's got. And then let me look at the paperwork on Cavacino. It's his first time up.
687.
All right, let's, I was looking at the paperwork. So Michael Cavacino, 21 CF 687. It appears that we sent him a notice after the arraignment, and it was not returned. I'm kind of inclined to give him one more shot and set it for the 29th, and then we're out of the woods with having any of the problems with Zoom or people trying to make contact. You okay with me giving him one shot?
Your Honor, he has prior FTAs and a fairly lengthy criminal history.
Okay, so you want to issue a bench warrant?
I would ask for a bench warrant with a bond of $10,000 and $4,000.
Okay. We'll issue a bench warrant, 10,000 and 4,000. Ms. Rocha, are you with me at 3 o'clock?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, just print it up and I'll sign it when I get here. And on the off chance he shows up in the meantime, then I'll make sure they tell him to stay and we'll just address him at 3. And then Alexander Hernandez, 21 CF 558. Again, I know he was contacting us to get in and I apparently cut him off. So I am not inclined to hold it against him that my assistant hung up on him. You okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor. I do know with Mr. Hernandez, he was actually late for his arraignment and got a bench warrant that was recalled. I know he did attempt to sign on today, although he apparently did so late. But I don't have an objection to resetting him for 6/29.
Okay, we'll set him June 29th, 1:30. Again, we'll be in person at that point, and it'll be a lot easier for us to make sure that nobody's having any issues. So we'll do that. So bench warrant for Cavacino and Hernandez, we'll just let them continue. And if either one happens to show up, we'll have them come in at 3 o'clock. Okay, so we are in courtroom 1C at 3 o'clock.
Okay,
We'll see you guys then.
thank you.
We just have the 2 cases.
Yes.
Alrighty, thanks guys. Goodbye, YouTube.